sound on, and transition to this screen, and hello everyone. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you this evening?
I'm doing alright. I don't know what happened to the stream, because I clicked the go live button, and then apparently the stream just deleted itself. It was weird. But obviously I have recreated that in such a way that hopefully few people will have noticed that anything wrong happened at all. But it is odd what it did, but we made it work because otherwise the stream wouldn't be happening. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna move this over here. Do I have
Hey,
anything
Chip
fun or
Sounder, how are you this
interesting?
evening? Or
Right,
this
I did
morning
forget
for
to do
you?
that. While we wait on that, I don't have anything fun or interesting really to talk about. I guess I'm streaming Dying Light this Saturday, so looking forward to that. Yeah, new sound that says "sat at home." Hopefully, that's I don't know why my brain just like short circuited there. Hopefully, it's fun because usually you're at work this time. Laura Smith says hello. Hello, Laura Smith. But yeah, Mum, have you been up to anything fun or exciting?
No. Oh, well, I did go to Singo on Thursday. That was fun.
Nice. Singo
Which, if you
sounds
don't know, Singo is bingo, but with songs. So, and the titles appear on your bingo card, and my sister won one of the coveralls, so that was fun. It got us $10 off our pizza.
nice. How does it operate the same way as bingo does, where you're just given the song title, or is it more interesting?
It plays a snippet of the song, which there's this thing called Shazam, which listens to songs and tells you what it is. So if you don't know what the song is, you can learn that way, and it's not cheating because it doesn't say, "Oh, it's on your card. Look in this spot," or it just tells you what it is. So
Hmm,
it's fun.
nice. How often are the songs that they are giving to you ones that you can identify without needing to use Shazam or some other tool?
Frequently, but Shazam definitely gives me the title when it's like I know the song, I don't know what the title is. I certainly wouldn't know who the artist is because, I don't remember things like that,
Yeah,
but anyway.
right. Well, I don't have anything uh, anything else to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into the Stoke puzzle. And our first one is going to be copy and paste Singularis Alchemist Madness Edition 8 Mass Insanity. Link in the chat if you'd like to give it a go. This is by Chip Sounder. Any clue type can only appear once. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row column 3x3 box. Adjacent digits on a light green line must differ by at least 5. Cells separated by a black dot has a ratio of 1 to 2. Cells separated by an X sum to 10. Adjacent digits along a red line must alternate parity, oddness, and evenness. Digits in a dotted cage without repeats sum to the total given in the top left corner of the cage. Box borders divide the blue line into equal sums. Digits on a thermometer must increase from the bulb N. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. Cells separated by a V sum to 5. Digits in the highlighted gray square are even. Digits on a purple ren band form a set of consecutive digits in any order without repeat. Adjacent digits on a teal line must alternate between low 147, medium 258, and high 369. Any three in a row must contain one of each modularity. Digits inside a circle quadruple clue must appear within the 2x2 it resides within. Digits on an arrowed line sum to the digit in the connected circle. Adjacent digits on a peach line must alternate between low 123, medium 456, and high 789. Any three in a row must contain one of each entropy. The red line, connected by red circles, is a between line, and the digits on the red line must be between the digits in the circles. Digits on a yellow palindrome must read the same forwards as backwards. Did you say something, Mila?
Well, red line, there's also red. Are there two different colors of red line or shades of red? Because there's also adjacent digits along a red line must alternate parity, odd and even.
The lockout line has
Oh,
a red line that
yeah,
connects red circles.
yeah.
I guess maybe it's a between line, not a lockout line. I think lockout lines cannot be between. I could be wrong. But this says it's a between line.
Yeah.
Adjacent digits along a black line must differ by at least 3. Adjacent digits along a brown line must differ by at least 4. Digits on a green slow thermometer must never decrease from the bulb end. The dominoes, highlighted gray, are clones and must appear in the same orientation. Adjacent digits along a dark green line must differ by at least 6. Digits in a highlighted gray circle are odd. And then orthogonally connected cells to a maximum fortress clue inequality sign pointing outwards must be less than the digit inside the fortress, and orthogonally connected cells to a minimum fortress clue inequality signs pointing inwards must be greater than the digit inside the fortress. And with that gigantic list of rules, let's get started.
Well, there's a 5 cage in box 1.
Yeah. Laura Smith says gray square in box 4 is even. Well, we've got these two, which are 1, 3, 4. Laura Smith also points out the odd circle in box 9.
Well, the black Kropke in box 1, well, there's only one. Cannot be 1, 2, so can't have 1 on it because 1, 2 would break the 5 box or 5 cage.
The numbers it would have to be, so the smaller digit on a 1 to 2 ratio has to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. If it was 5 or more for the smaller digit, it would double to 10 or more, so that's not allowed. 1 and 2 would break the 5, like Mom said. 2 would double to 4, which would also break the 5. And then Laura Smith says 5 in box 1 is in row 3. And now 3 or 4 has to be within this 2x2. Because you have to have a 3 or a 4 on a 5 cage. And this must either be a 3 double into 6 or a 4 double into 8. So no 3 and 4 both used up.
Okay, you can't have a 3 on the right side of the crop key because that would put 6 on the left, which has to go to 1 on the German Whisper, and 1 and 3 would break the 5 cage. Four goes to 8. 4 on the right would go to 8 on the left, which goes. Well, no, it wouldn't break it because I'm looking at the 10, the X, and that doesn't work.
Yeah, it would force a 1 and a 9 if this was a 4. It would be 4, 8. You'd have 1, 2, 3 left over. But it can't be a 3 because you have to have 3 over this way. And then this would be 2 and 3. And also this 8 couldn't be 2, 8. So that would be 1. We have 2, 3 here. And 9. And then the remainder 5, 6, and 7 down here. Although
Well, if it's okay, if 6 is on the right, 3 is on the left, which makes 2, 3 in the 5 cage.
you mean 1,
Oh
4.
no, 1, 4 in the 5 cage. Sorry, which makes it 2 and 8.
5, 7, and 9.
Okay, 5, 5, 7, 9 left over for the bottom row. 5, 7 is 12. Would be the minimum that could be.
They're all odd. We have to have a consecutive pair.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that actually removes 6, and 3 is an option. I think this has to be 1, 9 now, because a 4 makes a 9.
Well, and the red line
I
is
think
even
this one
odd,
was
right?
the entropy line, wasn't it? Or
I
no,
thought that it
you're
was
right,
even
right.
odd.
The brown line here is our entropy line. No,
Right,
that one's
and the
differs by
only
4. Peach line,
the only even
this one,
on that red line
is this side.
is the 2.
And Laura Smith confirms parity. Well, then 5, 6, 7. And then 6
And
is going
6
to have
has
to
to
be.
be on the.
Laura Smith says the 1, 9 pairs, and look down here at the V. But now, the minimum here is 11, which gives us 7, 8, 9. But
You can't use 9.
right. Which means 2 and 8 is 10, but the minimum here is 11, so this has to be a 4 paired with a 1. And I can make 11 or 12. But that means 5 has to be over here, so this isn't a 5. 7, 8, 9. Gives us a 7, 8, 9, so this is 6. We've got a 3 here, and 2 and 5. This is no longer 6. A 5, 7 pair makes that 6.
And 5, 7 is 12, so it's 8 for the. Well, and the Ren band.
Yeah. 2 can't
2
go
would
to 3.
go to 1. Yeah.
5 can't go to 6, so it would be a 4.
And what's
Laura
the
Smith
teal line?
confirms that. The teal line should be our modularity line. Adjacent digits on a teal line must alternate between low, medium, and high. Any three in a row must contain one of each modularity. Therefore, we have a 7 here, because I already have 1 4 here, which means it cannot. This has to be 2 5 8 or 3 6 9. 6 9 and 2 are all taken up. This 7 goes up here, places a 5. So this is 3 or 8, neither of which are in the same group. Not that that really matters. 3 4 8 for the whole column left over. 1 9 7 8 4 3 are all taken up.
1 4 8 9.
This
you
one's
can't have
not 9.
Well, you can't have 1 in the circle. And there's a 1 4 pair, yeah.
4 is endless. 8. And there's no 5, so 4 can't play. There's no 6, so this is an 8. That's a 1. That's a 3. That's a 4. 4 pairs of 5. 4 places 9. And that is a lot of that. Each line is the entropy line. So this one cannot be 1, 2, or 3, so this one is. This one must be 4, 5, or 6. And lower confirms low, mid, or high. Let's see. The black line, I think, differs by 3. Yeah. And we have all of the digits 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And since they differ by 3, you can't use, well, in the middle, you can't use 6 or 7 because 6 would put a 9 on both sides, and a 7 would put a 4 on both sides. Because I've already used up 1, 2, and 3.
Well, you can't put... Never mind.
Between lines. Well, where can I put 7 on this, in this row? 7 is the largest value still available, so it has to go on one side of the between line.
Well, and 1, 2, 6, 5, and 3 have to go in between. Well, not... I guess 2 could with 1 on the outside, yeah.
Yeah.
But 2 and 3 cannot both be in there.
Yeah, because we have to have 5 and 6. Because...
Right.
I mean, max is 7. So that means I go down 6, 5. 4 is already in the row. And then 3, which would be a 1 or a 2 on the outside. But I could use a 2, which would force 1 on the outside. But yeah, there's no other space for 5 or 6 to go.
Right.
That, and once you do 1 of 1, 2, and 3, that forces 1 or 2 on the between line circles, and then there's a 1, 2, 3 over here. So yeah, 2 and 3 could go. Now, if this was 2 or 3, then you'd have both 5 and 6 over here, which would force this to be 4. And you'd have 7, 8, or 9. I don't know what that does. Willow's a palindrome. Brown line is a difference of 4. 7, 8, and 9 are all removed. And I think 3 and 4 aren't even options. Can't put a 5 in the middle. The slow thermo still doesn't allow for a 1 here.
You can't put 2 in the middle.
Right, because that would go to 6. A 1 here would go to 5 and 6, and a 6 would be 1 and 2. So this would have to be the 1. Now, this one is minimum 3. This 1 and 2 here, and this is a slow thermometer. But that still won't allow for a 2 here. So this has to be a 1 and a 5, 6 pair. So this is going to be 5 or 6. 1 isn't allowed. It'll still be over here. But now I have 2 from 4, 5, and 6.
And row 4 is left with 2, 3, and 4.
So this has to be a 1. This 2, 3, 4, and 5 over here. And it can't be a 6 for multiple reasons.
8 or 9.
Which is going to pair with the 7, 8, 9 here to mean this is not a 7, so that one is. 8 or 9.
What was the chartreuse line? Or is that light green?
This thermometer?
No, the box 2 down to box 5.
Oh,
The
this
5,
yellow
6
palindrome.
on the end. Oh, it's a palindrome. Okay, I forgot what it was. Oh, that's yellow. Okay.
Uh, 3, I think. 3 pair. Okay, what was this green line? Differ by at least 6. 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2, 3, I think. No, 3, this is a 3 over here. 1, 2 pairs, gonna place a 3, gonna place a 2, gonna place a 1, gonna place a 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 2. 1, 3 is gone. 3, 5, 6, 7. So it's not a 1. Now, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9 are my options here. 7, 8, 9, and 5, 6, so 1, 3, 4. And that's a 1. 6, 7, 8, 9, but none of these 7.
The fortress cell in box 5. It'd have to be 2 or 4. because there's a 1 in the box. It sees 3, 5, 6, and the minimum it could be is a 6. So, or the max it could be a 6. Can't have 2 on the outside.
Right. I think that means it has to be 2.
Yeah, because you can't have 8, 9 around it because that would break the 7, 8, 9 around the 1.
Five, 6, 8, 9, 4.
Well, and the fortress cell over there is going to be 8 or 9. Because it has to be larger than everything around it.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8.
If you look at where 7 is in column 8,
Six, 8, 8.
6, 8 pair in row 8.
6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 8, 8, 6, 7, 8, 4, 8, 2, 6, 5. Number 8 gone. 6, 5, 9. 3, 7, 9. 1, 4, 8. 7, 8, 9, 6, 5, 6, 7, 5. 3 or 4, but there's a 4 here, so that's 3, that's 4, that's 3. 2, 3 here. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Mission. It is definitely interesting how I guess it's interesting how smoothly a puzzle this chaotic, at least chaotic looking, solves. Because it's pretty clear where to start. Up here in the top left. But like I don't know, it feels like it goes pretty smoothly through here, and then once you've got all of that, then it goes around this way, and then moving around. I don't know. It just it feels a lot smooth for how many. It's almost longer to read the rules than it is to solve the puzzle. Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, let's go on to our second puzzle. This is going to be Inset by Michael Lefkowitz. Let's go ahead and get in chat. Set by Michael Lefkowitz. Link in chat. Inset by Michael Lefkowitz. In each n by n Latin square, place the digits 1 to n once each in every row and column. Each circle has an odd sum, and each square has an even sum. And that is it. So this is a 1 by 6. By 5, by 4, by 3, by 2. Okay. So we've got a 1, 2 here. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. That was incredibly chaotic, but circles are odd. 2, 4, 6. Squares are even. 1, 3, 5. Okay. So where do we go from here? This square, or maybe I should look at this circle. It is odd, which means it has an odd number of odd numbers. And it has an odd number of even numbers. Because odd and odd is even, and it's 4. So either have 1 even or 3 evens. Well, the only even I could put in there is a 2. And I don't think I can put 3 2s in there. Because in this 3 by 3, I have to have, well, there are 3 2s in it. Which means that there's only 1 2 in here. Which means this cannot be a 2, because otherwise there would be 2 2s. So that makes this one odd. That's what I should do here. So we get odd, we get even, even. And now we have a circle here that either has 1 even or 3 evens. But this one has more flexibility because it can be 2 and 4. What we do know is that the 4s have to be here and here, and here and here. Because otherwise, if I need there to be 2 4s in this row, and the only space they can be is both over here, which means that the columns have both of their 4s taken up already, and that's true of this side as well. That's going to also be true of the 6s, because I need 3 6s here and 3 6s here. Does that apply at all for the threes? Well, I know that I've got twos that look like this because of the odd circle here. But this 2 does not see that 2. So that doesn't matter, I don't think. So I just have 1 3 here and 1 3 here. But that doesn't matter as much because it's not square. So I don't think I can make any inferences about the 5s over here for the same reason. Although, I do know that this is, well, I guess I don't know. That's an uneven pair. This 3 by 3 circle. How many odds are there? Well, it's an odd number, so there's an odd number of odds, but it must have an even number of evens in order to remain odd. Or more accurately, because it's an odd number, if I have an odd number of odds, then I must have an even number of evens for even and odd to sum to odd. And I know I have 3 6s. If I know that I have 3 6s, oh, this is the only 6 in this column. So 6s are gone here. Now this is the only 6. And now that's a 6. Okay. Well, 2 and 4.
That's a problem.
What's the problem?
Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Because it's just rows and columns. It's not.
Yeah. Well, I know both 2 and 4 are here, so this cannot be 2 or 4.
Oh, but that's in a different
But I know the 2 and 4 are here, and that's within the 5x5 box.
Oh, right.
Okay, well, whatever these 2 are, they have to be those 2. These 2 are those 2, and these 2 are those 2. Does that mean well, I know in this group there are 2 4s and 2 5s. Which means up here are 2 4s and 2 5s. Two
Well, then
4s.
don't the 4s have to be in the diagonal to one another? Because there's only 3 spots for the 4s.
Right. These 2 could both be 5, or it's this one and that one, or this one and that one, or this one. 5, 5, once. This is also true here. 2 4s and 2 5s. So I have 3 6s and 2 4s and 2 5s. That's 7 of 9. But the 2 5s are odd. I need an odd number of odds. So I only get one more odd, and I only get one more even. But for sure, there are only 2 4s and 2 5s. Okay. There is an even number of odds in this group. I already have one, which means I need at least one more, or they're all odd. Well, they can't all be odd, because then there would be 4 odds in the top row. So that means I must have one more odd, but I must have 2 evens. So if I have 2 evens and 2 odds, that's not enough information.
Well, if you look at the bottom 2 of that square, that gray square, if the right-hand one is 2,
Mm-hmm. I would make one
well,
of
that
these to
doesn't.
appear 4.
Yeah, no, I don't know what my brain was trying to tell me.
I keep getting tripped up over the fact that it's a Latin square and not
Right.
Sudoku. So I struggle somewhat. Okay. If I think about this, it is the 2 4s and these 2 digits. Same is true over here. It's these 2 and the 2 4s. It is the 2 4s that get placed up here, but also the 2 digits that are left over are placed up here. Okay, I guess what I should be thinking about is the
Oh,
2
well,
digits,
go ahead.
the leftover digits in this group of 3. I know it has to have the 3 6s, and it has to have the 2 5s because of the 5s from here and here. It has to have the 2 4s from here and here. There's a 3 that has to be up here. So a 3 gets put into these 2. That 3 is then going to get put into here. So I have to have a 3 up here. But then I don't know whether it's the 1 or the 2. But whatever it is, these 2 are definitely the same. And this tells me what they are. Because this is the 3 6s, the 2 5s, the 2 4s, the 1 3, and whatever this is. Well, 3 6s plus 2 5s plus 2 4s plus 1 3, and I need an odd number of odds. The last digit must be a 2 to give me 6 evens and 3 odds. So these 2 are 2, these 2 are 1s. I get a 2 3 pair here, but then these can't have 1s in them anymore. But then neither can these, and neither can these. So 3 and 5 gets ruled out. Oh, this is my 1, 2.
Hey, the square up there in the gray square up in the top, the bottom is both odds.
So these have to both be even, because I can't have 2 odds.
And they're resolvable.
2, 4, 3, and 5. These 3 are all even. 4s, 2s. 3, 5, and 6 places 1.
Column 3, you place your 1.
Right.
The gray square that's kind of in the center. The left side
It's not even. So
has
the right
to
side
have,
has to be off.
right, yeah. So that takes the 2s and down for the 4x4.
This is on. I know all of this is 2 5s, 2 4s, a 2, and a 3. Two 5s, 2 4s, a 2, and a 3. So it's 3 odds. And either all of them are in the circle, or only one. Well, I have to have one even here. Minimum. either I have 3 odds in here, or I have 1 odd and 2 odds here. I can't have 2 odds here because that would be 4 odds in this row. So I have to have 2 odds here, which means this is 3, 5, 1, 4, 6, 3, 5 are odd. It's even. This is an odd even pair, that's an odd even pair. Except that would make both of those 2. I messed something up. This is odd. It needs to have an odd number of odds. Let's say it had 1 odd. Then it would have 3 evens, so that would make both of these odd. Right? Because what are the digits in here? Well, it's 2 5s, 2 4s, 1 3, which goes with the 5, and then 1 2, which goes with the 4. So it has to be 3 odds and 3 evens. And either all 3 odds are in the circle, or 1 odd is in the circle. And if 1 odd is in the circle, then those 2 are odd. Well, that's not allowed. So then it must be 3 odds in this circle, and either 2 of them are here, or 2 of them are here. Well, I can't put 2 here, so they have to both be here. So 4 is gone, making this a 1, making that a 4. But then that's an odd even pair, and that's an odd even pair, meaning those can't be odd. They can't both be 2. What am I doing wrong? That logic seems reasonable. Did I mess something up sooner? These have to be 5 and 3. What am I doing wrong on this circle logic? Did I just have this grouping wrong? I mean, I know those have to be 2s and those have to be 1s. Two 4s. 2 4s and 2 5s. And then I end up with 2 4s, 2 5s, 3 6s. If I look up here, where can my 6s go? Well, that has to be a 6. That's a 6 and that's a 6. This is what gave me the 2 down here. 3. 2, 3, 4, 4. 2, 3, 4, 4. 3, 2, 3. 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. And it's 1, 2, 1, 3. Okay, now think about what's going on here and over here. I know my 1s have to be here and they have to be here. Well, that's not a 1. Where do the 4s go in here? Well, I have to have 2 of them. They can't go on any of the odd digits, and they can't go on the 6s. And if I have to have 2, they can't be there. So there's my 2 4s. And my singular 2. So that's required. And now I have to have 2 5s and a 3. 1, 2, 4. 3, 5. And if those are both odd, then either these are both odd or they're both even. Well, they can't both be odd, so they're both even. Two of those. That's all correct. Those have to all be even. 4, 6. 3, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. These have to all be odd. These have to be a pair of odds. 2, 5. 1, 3. That can't be a 1. It's a 2. And this is 1, 2, and 4. This one cannot be a 2. And if I look at this circle, and what these 6 cells can be, there are 2 5s which are odd, 1 3 which is odd, and then 2 4s which are even, and 1 2 which is even. And so, the circle either has to have all 3 odds, or only 1 odd. If it was only 1 odd, then the 2 odds would be outside, then there would be 2 odds outside the circle. That would be 4 odds in a row, but between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, there are only 3 odds. So those can't both be odd. So then, that forces there to be 3 odds in the circle. Which is either 2 odds on top and 1 on the bottom, or 2 odds on the bottom and 1 on top. And so these have to be odd to have enough odds to not have too many odds. So this is an odd-even pair, which means this is a 2. But then this would have to be a 1, which is odd, making both of those even. which is what they are. Because I'm silly and can't do math. Because there are 3 evens. I don't know why. I was trying to make it an odd even pair on the bottom. I am smart. Okay, now how do we finish this?
Well, the bottom circle, the bottom one, yeah, the upper left one cell can't be a 3, because if it's a 3, then the 2 that are the 2-3 pair would both be 2, and you can't do that.
Right. Because these are either all even or 2 odds and 1 even.
Right.
So if this was a 2, those would both be 3s, but that would be an odd number of 3s. There's an odd number of odd numbers. And if this was a 1, those would have to be different. Which is probably allowed. Except this would be a 1, that would be a 3, those would both be 2s, so those would both be 3s. So if this was a 2, these are both 3s. If this is a 1 instead, then that's a 3, making those both 2s, and making those both 3s anyway. So they're both 3s.
Why would making that one a 1 make the other one a 3?
I don't know. I just realized that was silly logic.
Because if it's a 1, if that 1 2 is a 1, then the orange becomes a 1.
So if this is a 1, that's a 1.
If that's a 2, and those are both 3, that's a 2. Those are 1 3. Okay, never mind.
If this is a 2, those are 3s and 2s. And 3s. Well, either of those could be a 3. So it'd have to look like that.
Right.
One of these two is a 2, because if it wasn't, this is 4 and 5, which is odd, so this must therefore also be odd in order to make the whole square even.
Right.
Which means it has to have a 2. So that's a 4, that's a 2, that's a 5, that's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 5. 2s are gone, 3s are gone.
And that 1 2 leaves the 2 below it.
Right. Takes 3 out. This is even. This one.
And those are both odd. The
Right.
1 3s.
And I need an odd number of odds.
That's a 3.
Apparently, if there had been no clues in any of the grids other than the big gray circle in the 6x6, we could still place 4 digits. Well, this circle led to knowing the 2, which led to the 1s. So that would be the 4 digits. That we would place. Okay, that was interesting. I'm upset that when I got here and I looked at that and I'm like, oh, that has to be odd even. Therefore, this has to be odd even. Well, that's not how math works. It's 3 total evens, and if one's up there, then those are both even. So I don't. In my fuzzy brain already, do I need to hit the stop button? I haven't slept well. I guess that's an issue recently.
Well, this
Friday
one
into
also,
Saturday, I didn't sleep at all. This one
being
also.
accustomed to Sudoku, it throws you off when you have to think other rules instead.
Yeah. This one was a huge mistake that I shouldn't have made, though. The other ones, I think, it's much more reasonable to be thrown off by. Like there was the one logic error that you found, or you pointed out before. I don't know. If this was a 1, then that was a 3, and that broke things. That one was also is a little bit more excusable because Sudoku logic.
Right.
But yeah, this one's inexcusable. Or at least, I don't know. I'm being too hard on myself. I'm just here to have fun and play with some fun logic. I think, though, I'm going to do one more. So let's see if this one's on Logic Master's Journey. It is row 4. I don't know if it was an average puzzle. I actually think that this one was kind of easy. And I just overthought it. Because I did spot the logic. I eventually spotted the logic of the 6s and the 4s. Well, I saw the 4s had to be this way, and I saw the 6s had to be this same way. And then it eventually got to thinking about what this meant and how these cells ended up being forced here to go with the 5s. And what that led with whatever this digit was, it ended up being forced into these groups, which had to include a 3, which then got forced up to here, which was paired with the 2 4s. And then that got forced into here to pair with the 2 more 5s, and how that led up to this, which is how you get the 1, 2, the 1s and the 2s down here. And if you see that logic, then the rest of the puzzle kind of just falls away, as long as you pay attention to this and this. Which I guess that's not necessarily easy logic to do. Like, if I'm thinking easy, I'm thinking along the lines of you can read the rules and just sort of do the puzzle without having to do anything. I don't know. I guess super fancy. But as long as you spot the logic of this puzzle, the rest of it falls apart. It's just whether the main logic of that starting point, how easy that would be. I guess I'll call it average. Stick with that. Apparently there's another similar one. But we are going to go and do strange boxes. So let me go over here. And sure I do that. Yeah, right. I'm going to do strange boxes and see how I'm feeling after this one. So this one will probably be the last one today. Strange boxes by Abraham Rosenshine? Rosenshine? Rosenshine kind of sounds better to me, but not the way it goes. Anyway, link in the chat if you'd like to give it a go. Strange Boxes by Abraham Rosenshine. Normal Sudoku rules apply a pink line next to a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. Adjacent cells along a green line must have a difference of at least 5. Cells joined by a V sum to 5, and for each line type, all cells that change direction and all cells that go straight have the same parity, although a yellow cell is exempt from this rule. The solver must determine which parity applies to which cells in which line type. What? Okay, we've got regular Renman logic, and we've got the German whisper line. Cells joined by a V sum to 5, that's reasonable enough. For each line type, so for the Renmans, all cells that change direction and all cells that go straight have the same parity, although a yellow cell is exempt from this rule. And so for the German whisper line, okay, I think I understand. Basically, these are either all odd or they're all even. And that's also true of these ones over here for the same type. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. This has to be a 1. I get 6, 7, 8, 9 here and a 4. Okay. These two have to be 6, 8, and these two have to be 7, 9. Excuse me. The reason for it is because these two are straight. And so if I place a 6 on here, then this has to be a 1. And it changes direction. It's a turn. This one over here and this one over here are also turns. So they change direction. And since these are turns, if I were to place the 6 here, then that would place a 1 here, and then odd and even parity would both be on turns, which isn't allowed by the rules. So we get a 6, 8 here, so then 1, 2, or 3 on this side. Oh, no, they're 1 or 3, because they're both odd. These also turn, so they're 7, 9 in the odd direction, and then this has to be a 2 because of the 7. Turns are odd, they're 1 or 3, and then 7 or 9. is odd. Okay. Anything that changes directions are 1, 3, 7, 9s. Not a 1. 1, 3, 7, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8. Neither of these can be 4 or 6. Excuse me. A 1, 3 pair is going to take out these, and then that gives me my high-low sequence. 2, 8, 7, 9, 7, 9. No, not a 3. That's 7, 9, 3, 2, 8. 1 and 3 can't bound a 7, so this is a 9. And 7 can't bound 3, so that's a 1. Actually, why don't I just fill in everything? 2, 7, 9, 1, 4, you can have 1 or 3 here.
Well, box 5 is left with 2, 3, 5.
That's much better. 5, 2. Well, we know that this is all of the digits except for either 1 or 9.
Right.
Which means it's all odds. It's going to have all of the evens, and it's just missing 1 odd. Which that could be all of the evens. So that's not, that's odd. Be 2, that would be 8. Laura Smith says the other 7, 9 for row 5 has to be in box 6. That's correct.
Yeah.
The other 7, 9 in
That
row
1, 3
5
pair.
is in box 6 by row 4 and row 6. And then if we look in column 7, then that removes it from here. So then the 7, 9 has to be here.
And
So
it's a 7. Because if you look at the German Whisper.
7. Keyboard not cooperating. Gives me the 9 here, the 7 here, places a 1 there. 3, 1, 9. Ah, and then 2 9s means that I have to have 1 on here.
Yeah, and the other Renban is 2 through 9.
Right. Laura Smith says not box 6, that's true.
Well, and 2 and 8 go in row 9 on the Renban.
6, 8, it's going to take 8 out. Tallcat says why can't row 9, column 4 be a 9? I don't know why it can't be a 9. It's definitely one of those two. But I'm going to take that out for the moment. So this one isn't a 9. It's 1 through 8. But that's not that helpful. I want to know 2, 4, 6, 8. So none of those are a 2. That's not a 2. And neither of those are 8. So that would be 4, 6. Which would be 8 and 2. Which is possible. And if I add in the odds, 1, 3, 5, 7, then 7 is gone. 1 is gone. 3 and 3.
And box 6. 3, it goes away. So does the 1 on the right.
So this would have to be 5. But then this couldn't be. So then the odds can't be on the outside. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then 1, 3, 5, 7. Versus 8, not 8s. Well, that means the 8's there, so it's not down here. And that means these are 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 and 8, 4 and 6. And now that's why that can't be 9. 3, 5, 7, 9. These two are 9. These two are 7 or 9. That's a 9, that's a 7. 3, 5 pair places a 1, places a 3. 9, 7, 7. 9, 7, 7, 9. 7 can't go next to 3. 8 or 6 can't go next to 1, so that's an 8, that's a 6, a 4 and a 2, a 6 and an 8. 3 is gone from here. 3, 5, and 7 places a 1. This is 3 or 5. We're just going to combine those. 2, 3, 5, 1, 8, 9. And apparently neither of these are 4, so that is 6, 7. 4 is gone. These two are 3, 5, and 2, 3, 4. So that's 5, that's 4. That's 3, 5, 3. Not 3 is 3. 4 is gone from both of those. 8, 9. 8, 9. These two are 2 and 4. 4 and 2. 3, 5, and 6. This isn't a 3. 2, 4, 5,
or 6.
6.
Not 5, 6 pair.
2, 4, 2, 6, 8, 4 and 2, 5 and 2. Laura Smith said 2 in box 1, and then these two take those out. This 2 takes that out, and 2 is 3, so we get a 2 there. 5, 6, and, well, 6.
1 can be placed in box 1.
This one takes those out. There's no 1 in here, so it has to be one of those. And this one here takes that out, so there's 1. What else is left in box 6? See 8. Box 4. I need a 1. I need a 3. I need a 4.
On the bottom.
5. It's one of those 2. Laura Smith says 5, 8 in row 5. So 5 and 8.
That's left with a 6.
In chat, I keep seeing a random symbol, but and it's in both Chrome and OBS. But in some random messages, I keep getting a little either Chinese or other symbol showing up, and it's very weird. But it's not on my phone, so I don't know why that keeps showing up.
That's a 5.
Some
Which does work
4.
in the row.
Does 3, 7, 5, 8, 5, 6, 3, 8, 6. I need a 5 here. I need a 7 to finish off the row. This needs a 6. I also need an 8 and a 9. So like this, I need a 7 and a 6. So 7 and 6, and we're done. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I do want to stop here, though. Doesn't seem like strange boxes is here, although I will go ahead and search the author's name. Alright. My brain is fuzzy now, so I think this is a good spot to hit the stop button. Plus, there's only 20-ish minutes left of stream. So, let's see. Anyone who watches this back, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. If you want to see more content on this channel, Mondays is Sudoku at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Wednesdays, around 4:30-ish, will be single-player games, again, p.m. Eastern Time. Currently still playing through the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then it will be Rebirth after I finish Remake, and I will probably play hard mode on stream, just because it's interesting how that one works out. And then Saturdays at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time is cooperative games, and I'll be playing Dying Light 2. Yeah, if you want to see any of those, or sometimes I do bonus streams during the week. I was able to stream last Thursday, which is not my normal stream schedule. And so if you want to catch those, make sure to ring the notification bell. With that, that is everything that I have. So have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.